What's going on, guys? Architect here with the brand episode of Underappreciated Games. Today I want to talk about Warriors Orochi 4. Now, Warriors Orochi is another one of those Dynasty Warrior style games, and there's a million of those, but what I've noticed is games like Warriors Orochi get ignored. And part of the reason why is because a lot of people who are in the mass when it comes to popularity in video games, they don't really play a lot of, Japanese games. And those who do play Japanese games, they play your typical Final Fantasy style Square Enix Japanese games. They don't play the Dynasty Warriors and the Warriors Orochi. They don't play these games, and a lot of people they ignore it because they don't want to read the subtitles. They don't want to not subtitles. They don't want to read subtitles in general. They don't want to hear the Japanese default audio. They don't want to play a game where the story isn't as in your face as, say, a Bioware game or Bethesda game. The Warriors Orochi's story, for example, is all there's some cinematics, but for the most part, it's all text, and you're reading text the entire time. So a lot of people don't want to deal with that, and so a lot of people also see it as it's just a beat 'em up game, as in not a beat 'em up fighting game, but a hack and slash. Face tons and tons of enemies, no real, no context, no real story, no real depth to the game itself. Well, I feel like games like Warriors Orochi, especially Warriors Orochi 4, which is a great game. There's a place for all games. In Dynasty Warrior style games, Warriors Orochi get ignored for all the wrong reasons. Because to me, when it comes to video games, all that matters most is if you're having fun. Are you enjoying yourself? Is this game doing things in a way to where you yourself is engaged in it? So I tried this game. I haven't played a Dynasty Warriors game since PSP. They had Warriors Orochi 3 for free on Xbox, and I kind of just glanced at it and was like, who cares? But then I actually started playing it, and I really enjoyed it. So now I have Warriors Orochi 4, and it's a great game. And the thing about it is, these games, Warriors Orochi 3, Warriors Orochi 4, these Dynasty Warrior style games, are fun as hell. And the thing that sticks out to me is, when it comes to me, I play competitive games. I play a lot of ranked Siege, I play competitive Halo, competitive Gears of War, I play Battlefield, I play Call of Duty. I play all these competitive shooters. And when I don't play those, I'm playing RPGs like Mass Effect and Dragon Age and Skyrim. So at some point, you need to have some time to enjoy yourself. A game where you're not being competitive, a game where you're not trying super hard, a game where you're just running around, wreaking some havoc, and just enjoying yourself. In these games, where it's like Warriors Orochi 4, you get to do that. All you're doing is just running around, beating shit up, and it's fun. And that's the thing about it, is it's so fun. It's so badass. I enjoy myself so much when I play this game. I live stream it almost every single day because it's fun. I sit there and I play with my friends, and I laugh. I shout random shit on the stream because it's so entertaining. And one of my friends, she's the reason why I got hooked on Warriors Orochi. She doesn't really talk much in the party, but when she's playing Warriors Orochi, she's lively. She's she's entertained. She's talking a lot. She's laughing a lot. She's enjoying herself. And so that's what a video game does. It makes people who aren't social be social. It brings something out of people that is enjoyable. That it brings out their enjoyment. She has a great time playing this game. I have a great time playing this game. This is a phenomenal game. No, it doesn't have a story that's as out in the open as a Bioware game, but it does have a story. It has a pretty deep story. It has a pretty it's an interesting story. It's a story to where if you actually take the time to listen to the dialogue or read the text, if you have it in the default Japanese dialogue, so you have English subtitles. If you read the subtitles, if you look into the lore of the series and things of that nature, you find out how deep it is. You find out how interesting it is. You find out how deep, how much entanglement there is with each individual character. Now, speaking of characters, there's like over 100 characters in Orochi 4. So there's like so many combinations that you can do when it comes to your squad. Now, I can't say anything else other than this game. Then it's just all out fun, and I highly recommend anybody who just wants to chill and enjoy themselves and have some fun to play it. Just play it, especially if you're on Xbox, because Warriors Orochi 3 was free. So there's a good chance you'd probably downloaded it, but then you cut it on. You will have so much fun playing it, even if you just ignore the story and you just do nothing but the gameplay. It's so fun. You know, I'll upload at a later date a clip from my live stream, and you get to see just how much fun I'm having with the game. Because I always say, what's better than review is just watching someone play it live. Because when you watch someone play a game live, you're seeing that game in its rawest form. You're not seeing any edits. You're not seeing, a content creator pick and choose what about that game they want to show you, the viewer. You're seeing it in its rawest form. You're seeing that content creator in their rawest form. Now, if they're having fun, you're going to notice it right off the bat. If they're bored, you're going to notice it off the bat. But in review, a reviewer can change their manner for their review. If they feel like it's going to be a positive review, they can be positive for you. They can change their manner to be negative. But if you're watching a live stream, everything that happens in that live stream is random. No, they don't, especially if it's a game they haven't played before, they don't know what's about to happen, so they don't know what to set themselves up for. So I'm gonna post a live stream video from Words Orochi 4. If not tomorrow, it'll be on Monday. And just want you guys to see it. Like, this is it's a great game. It's a fun game. It's an engaging game. It's just I just want to, like, whoever the developers of the game, I just want to tell you this. You made a great game. You made a fun game. You made a game that has me and one of my friends, playing video games together. And when it comes to gaming, the big thing is, playing with your friends. How much you're enjoying yourself when it comes to your friends. From top to bottom, I enjoy this game. The visuals, I love it. I love the way this game looks. I love the way the characters look, the way the characters move, the way the characters speak. I love the way that their animations are. The animations in this game are phenomenal. Especially the power-ups and the abilities. Oh my god, they're so cool. Like, that's the thing about this game. Like, it's cool. Like, when I say it's cool, I don't mean like, I don't mean like it's cool, like that high school, that's a cool guy. I mean, it's cool. Like, imagine you're a kid and you're watching, Dragon Ball Z for the first time, or Naruto for the first time. That's what Warriors of Orochi is like. It's like watching those animes for the first time. It's so cool. It's so badass watching the animations of the combat. There's literally a character in the game who basically does a solar Kamehameha wave. And it's so cool. It's so badass. Now, a lot of the characters in the game are like, that's what it's about. It's all about just going in, seeing a bunch of enemies, and then just using your ultimate attacks and just watching how amazing that it looks. It's so fun. It's so cool. It's so badass. And I want the developers of this game to know that. I want the developers of this game to know that there's people, especially in the Western audience, who enjoy the hell out of your game, who think it's phenomenal, thinks it's fun. Could things be better? Yes, the maps can be better. And by maps, I mean like the mini map. The mini map could be a lot better. And I feel like that's probably the only flaw of the game. Everything else seems to be better, especially when it comes to 3 to 4, Orochi 3 and Orochi 4. Orochi 3 had a pretty shitty UI, but 4 has a pretty good UI. So they made improvements between those two games. But for me, the biggest issue is just the minimaps kind of sucks. And outside of that, like, I can't think of any real flaws. Like, a try-hard reviewer probably like, oh, the story this, the story that, graphically the foreground looks, the background looks like, it looks good. It plays good. I haven't had any issues in the game. I have no bugs, no glitches, no crashes. It runs phenomenally, even when I play along with my friends. It's a great game. And I highly recommend anyone who's into Japanese games or into anime to try them out. They're great. Don't ignore these Warriors of Orochi games. Don't ignore Dynasty Warrior games just because, people tell you they're not good. They are. They're pretty good. They're mindless fun. They're mindless enjoyment. You're playing an anime, basically. That's what the Dynasty Warriors and Warriors of Orochi is. You're playing an anime. And you're not playing those typical, Dragon Ball Z or Naruto style anime fighting games. It's just a hack and slash game with a bunch of cool, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto animations when it comes to special abilities. It's so cool and so fun. And the art design for the characters is just so badass. But with all that said, guys, this video, I think I'll watch it. Hope you'll enjoy. Leave any thoughts you have in the comments below. If you want to watch me play Warriors of Orochi 4 live, or any game that I play live, Links to my Twitch in the description box below. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitch. I know I keep repeating myself, but I can't say it enough because the channel is growing on Twitch. So I want you all to go over there and help me keep going. Help me grow on YouTube as well. All that good stuff. Hope see you guys next time. Enjoy your day. Peace out.